Oh, hi. Further up the water column from before, and by that I mean at the top in the surface waters by the coasts, is the reefs and village forests. And my discussion of the two will be intertwined due to their geographical and conditional similarity and the blurry border between them. Many species may come from one, and one may come from the other. And because I have lots of stuff written down for this whole section, I'm probably going to break it into multiple episodes. Most of the nucleates are for reefs, but nonetheless, it's probably going to be multiple episodes. And I don't know where I'm going to draw the line, so yeah. Oh, and speaking of Villa Plantae, that's also why I named the biome the village forest, since there isn't kelp here, but there sure is Villa Plantae. In part 2, I said that Dentes incisures filled the herbivorous niche here on the Villa Plantae, and that will remain true now around 100 million years later. Meanwhile, Intus sunt piscis will fill the various generalist niches here, and Et ossa magnus beres will be the apex predators. However, Aintus sunt piscis and Et ossa magnus beres are only found around the eastern continents because of allopatry, i.e. they're adapted for the kelp forests. To get between different bits of kelp forests, they'd have to go through the open ocean, the pelagic zone. They aren't adapted to that. However, they are able to get between the eastern continents because of a string of islands that go between them. However, this does not allow them to access the seas around the Great Western Landmass, and so there will be a different assemblage of organisms filling the niches there. Put a pin in that because we're learning about the reefs now. In these reefs, going fast won't be beneficial since they constantly have to turn, and in swimming, gained ability to go fast comes at the cost of the ability to turn. And furthermore, the way most reef species defend themselves is to hide in the crevices of the reefs. And superossicles will get in the way, precluding A. ossa magnus beres. Because of this, around both sets of continents, forms that use anguilliform and fin-based swimming, generally ones without superossicles, will fill the suctus pedes eating role. However, A. ossa magnus beres may evolve to dig into the ground for defense, here using force provided by their rigid tail. I'll call this clade Arundipicius, or digging fish, as opposed to Archi A. ossa magnus beres, or Old A. ossa magnus beres. Yeah, this clade has mixed lingual origins, deal with it. Clade Arundipicius is only present in the eastern hemisphere. The general structure of the reef ecosystems remains pretty similar across the planet. You have octodentes that feed upon suctus pedes, and you have Captorcirca dentes meos that feed upon Villae plantae. And with all these docile species, there will be predators that evolve to feed on them. And this niche will be fulfilled by clades already present that evolve to hunt prey more mobile than Suctus pedes. Particularly, Arundipicius will hide in its burrow, waiting for prey to get close before blasting out to catch them. I'll call this clade Impetum forbis, or attack diggers, as opposed to Venia guardians ad foribus. Meanwhile, in the Western Hemisphere, totally different predators may evolve than in the Eastern reefs. So, the niche may be filled by Stella qui fugit, and some may become carnivorous. They may begin digging underground and preparing to attack prey. To do this, they will lay in their burrows upside down so their mouth can snap out at prey. And their legs may become more muscly. And to better detect prey, they may develop extra setae, including ones on the bottom of their sensory stalks that protrude rather close to the surface. These adaptations will allow them to quickly burst out at prey. I'll call this clade Colopelose, or hairy neck, as opposed to Mollusc coli, or soft neck. And finally, we can circle back around to the sea forests. Their muscly legs will be perfect for propelling them through the water. So some Colopelose may fill the generalist niches in the sea forests in the Western Hemisphere. They'll use their jaw to rip off chunks of stuff, and yeah. I'll call this clade Cura natare, or swim legs, as opposed to Cura metella fodinum, or dig legs. Yes!
Yes! After a month and a half, I have finally finished the audio for this video. I've got an entire month without uploading now. Hopefully I'll get this out very soon, and hopefully, no promises, I can get back onto a 2-week schedule. Probably not, though, simply because there's some technical reasons that mean that I might become possible to voice over stuff. There are some hassle-some methods for which I could still do it, and I might do that, but no promises. Basically, there's stuff that needs to be handled. It'll take a while, like preparing something. But yeah. Right now, I'm just glad I finished the audio for this, and that'll be up fairly soon. I bet my channel's probably fucked in the algorithm now, though. Lol. But yeah. Anyway, bye. Oh, and at the end of that, the actual video is less than 5 minutes, meaning it's less than what would have been considered an acceptable length circa 2012. Hey, I have my reasons, okay? Don't judge.
It's now 1 a.m. March 25th, 2022. It's been like nearly 2 months, and I finally finished this video. Luckily, it hasn't been literally 2 months between videos, but yeah. It's frustrating how long I've gone between uploads, proper Planet Emigin natural history uploads. Believe it or not, I'm actually planning to get the next one done in 2 weeks or like 2.5 weeks, and then hopefully get back onto the flow I was on before. I feel like it's a bit cocky, but I'm still gonna try and do it. I still want to do it, or at least once a month at least. I really do not like the whole idea of going this fucking long between videos. It feels straight up bizarre that Light Animals is the most recent video. And it also feels weird that the end of February was a month ago. I intended to have this up in mid-March, not late March. I'm just glad it's out now, honestly. You don't know how many times I've gone back to the drawing board to make more assets while editing this video, and or change assets to make them more accurate in like the last hour or two. Whew. Well, it's done now, just gotta upload it. Bye.